Alright, welcome to another video on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to design a new style or magazine style website using a theme called newspaper theme. So I'm going to show you all the process from start to finish because this newspaper theme is one of the best themes for designing a new style website. So we'll cover the training from beginning to the end, from the installation of this theme to styling of our website with the TagDiv page builder, which comes with the with this theme. So we are going to cover everything from start to finish. So if you've wanted to design a new style website before, so watch this training from beginning to the end and you are going to love it. So now let's get started. Alright, welcome back. So designing a new style or magazine style website, it's very easy. So if you want to design a news kind of website, it's very good to use the right theme. And there's so many free themes that you can use. Just go to your WordPress backend and type in maybe news or magazine theme, and you see lots and lots of WordPress theme. But if you really want to get the best out of your website, you probably should consider using the newspaper theme. I've been using this theme for a very long time, and it's not only for designing a new style. They have so many demo templates that you can go through and you'll be able to come up with a site like this. Like you see, most of the top websites, they actually use WordPress. So you see BBC America, this is a WordPress. This is built on WordPress, and you can see. And we also have this MTV News is also built on WordPress, and of course, a Guardian. I haven't searched if they use WordPress, but I believe it's the. So we can of course do some Google search, and let's use this what WP theme is that. So search if they're using WordPress. And if it's not WordPress, you can see they are using, this is built on WordPress. And you can see there are so many top news websites that are using WordPress. All you got to do is go to what WP theme is that, and you will discover some of the top websites in the world are running WordPress, which means WordPress is a good choice for you if you have been considering using a WordPress for your news website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a news website on this domain blog. So I created this blog, a subdomain blog.netplustraining.com, and you can see I've already added SSL so that I connected through Cloudflare. So if you don't know how to create SSL, there's a link in the description so you can learn how to add SSL or HTTP to your domain and of course your main domain with Cloudflare. So, and I'm going to be using, of course, cPanel. So we are going to install WordPress on this, and then we are going to use this newspaper theme. You can see you can get this newspaper theme on teamforest.net, and you can buy it, or you can search online. There are so many ways to get it. I know there are so many null versions on, but if you like, you can get that. It doesn't really matter. I don't know how you want to get this, but it's on teamforest.net, and of course they have their own website. You can see all the demo, see the different style of magazine or news that you can build. There are so many top websites that are using the newspaper theme. There are many of them, like Fiverr, for example. On their blog.fiverr.com, they are using the newspaper theme. And of course, we have this USA gossip website, the USA Tribune is also using the newspaper theme. And of course, you can always verify what WP theme is that. If you go to what WP theme is that, and then you type in blog.fiverr.com, blog.fiverr.com, you will see that they are using this very beautiful theme. You see the newspaper theme. In fact, they are using the older 7.5, even though they've not updated it, even though the present version that I'm using on my website is the version 10. And of course, we also have the USA Tribune. You can see they are using the too old style version, and it's a very popular news magazine in US. If you put it there, you will see they are using the newspaper theme also, and there's so many. They are using, of course, the version 10. They are updated to the version 10. They're using newspaper theme. So the newspaper theme, it's is a very, and on the my netplustraining.com, that's what I'm also using for my NetPlus training blog. And you see, I'm even using the latest 10.37 that I just updated today. So it's a very good plugin. Very good theme that you can use for your news websites. So you can see the gossip, live news, and the rest of them. So these are quality types of, you can influencer style, their style news, and video news, animal news, and they have lots. And with one-time payment, you can use any of this style to develop. So you can just do one-click installation. And let's take a look at some of this demo just for you to have an idea of the kind of website that you can build. So you can see this gossip style, magazine style, and you see this is a quality theme to use. So that's why I always encourage you to buy this theme. You just buy it once. Right now I think it's about so if I go to the back, I think it's about $45 or thereabouts to buy this theme. So you can buy, or you can get it however you want to get it. So it doesn't really matter. The most important thing is having it, and you'll be able to have this kind style of so let me close some of this tab, and we can have some of this kind of demo. You can take a look at that style depending on what you want. And we can have this London News Pro. You can see the UK style news. So a different demo, and this is one that I like, especially if you're running a gossip style magazine. So this is one that you can install, one click install, and you can customize it however you want. So if you go to, you'll be able to see documentation and all that, so you can buy or get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it. I'm going to my downloads. I already have a license. I'll go to my downloads and I'm going to download it. It's very easy if you've never bought anything on teamforest.net before. So just scroll down to the newspaper and of course download all files and documentation, and then download your license code. So download that and you will have it on your system. It's about 61 megabyte right now, and of course download your, so after you've downloaded that, you can now extract on your system, and we will use that for our news or website. So first things first, of course, get a domain, of course hosting, and now we have created a custom, I've created a subdomain, and I'm going to go to my file manager. So file manager, and I'm going to locate blog.netplus.com, and if you double click on it, you see we have nothing on it. So we need to install WordPress on that. So to install WordPress, you go back, you scroll down, and you find your Softaculous app installer or whatever installer that you have, your OC panel, and go to see WordPress. And of course, you can always do that on your main domain, on your subdomain, but I'm using subdomain this time around. So, and I'm going to go to install, click on install, and I'm going to locate that blog.netplustraining.com or your domain. And of course, it has HTTPS already there. So I'm going to choose that. If you don't have HTTPS protocol already, so just make sure you choose the HTTP and I'm going to name it gossip news or whatever. So, and for the description, you can have something like can have premium entertainment and gossip website or whatever, or gossip news. So, and I'm going to choose my username 234. So I'm going to put that in a notepad. You need that to log in. So, and I'm going to install WordPress. So now WordPress is installed, and now I can click on the back end. The back end, of course, will be blog.netplus/wp admin, and of course this would be my front end, and I can always log into my back end. So once you click on that, it will open, and you can always log in with your username and password. So now this is the default theme, and you can see there's nothing on it except the title that we gave it. And so now I'm probably done with my, but let me leave that open, and we'll refresh this. You will discover that the WordPress installation and everything has been installed on your WordPress on your domain. So now let me close this. I already have my newspaper, and now this is the backend. So what I need to do is go to appearance, themes, and I'm going to install the newspaper theme. And of course, you can always do that by going back to file manager and install it, which I always prefer to use, especially if I have up to. So go to blog.netplus, go to WP content, and then go to themes, and I'm going to install it here. So I'm going to upload, select, and I have the newspaper theme, and I'm going to click on newspaper, and I'm going to install that. It's very easy and very fast if you're doing that in file manager. And of course, you can always go to themes and install upload theme and install that. So I've done that. I can always go back and refresh, and now I have the newspaper theme, and I'm going to extract, close, refresh, delete. I have the newspaper now. I can delete this. I don't need a backup, put it in trash, and now go back to plugins, and I'm going to upload all the plugins that came with the. So let me upload, select, and by the way, this is what the newspaper theme will look like. And inside we have all this documentation, demo slider, licensing, the plugin, the PSD, and of course the main newspaper theme that we just uploaded. So the plugins will be in the plugins, and then these are all the plugins that came: Revolution Slider, the JS Composer, and then we have the Cloud Library and all that. So let's upload that one by one. The JS Composer, and I probably don't use that anymore. I use the TD Composer, but let's just upload that. So let's click to upload. It takes a while for some of them to upload. So upload them, and then once everything turns green, you can go back and reload, and now you can see all of them. So you need to extract them one after the other. So just extract. It's very easy for you to use File Manager to upload. So extracted all, we can reload, and now you can see all the extracted. So we can delete These ones, delete them. I don't want to put them in, so I need to delete them permanently, and then we have all that. So of course, like I said, you can always upload theme, and of course for the plugins, you go to plugins, you click on add new, and you can upload your plugin here by selecting from your system. But I've already done all that in cPanel already, so you can always go to theme and refresh, go to themes, and you can see the newspaper, and I can activate that. And what I always do is sometimes I always like to delete some of this one, so you can go back to cPanel and go back to themes and delete all these ones. Sometimes I like to do that. You can delete them here, so you can always delete them in file manager. So now it's done. Let's go back to plugins, and let's activate the plugins first. So we click on to activate every plugin. Then of course you can set your Akismet and all that. So you learn how to get that, get an API. This prevents spam. If you're allowing commenting on your website, you can set that. So otherwise, we have all our this thing now fully activated, and then I have this WP3 cache. Then you need to update or activate. If you have it on, so you can refresh that. So usually I don't use WP W3 total cache. I always use WP. There's another version that I use, so but it doesn't really matter which one you use. So now, and of course you see the newspaper theme, so I need to click on activate. So you downloaded your activation key, so you need to add it. So I'm going to do that now, activate it and come back. So you can see it's now fully activated, and I can always install additional, it will tell me to install additional plugin, and you can easily install or activate any other new plugin. So I actually intentionally upload an older version, because once you buy a theme on ThemeForest, you always get an update. When there's an update, you always get that, and you can always download the updated version and reinstall it. But you can see if you go to update, this is how to update your theme. So whenever you buy a theme and then there's a new update, this is how newspaper theme, this is how you can update it now. You can always go to under update, you see you can have the one that I have is 10.361, but you can see this is the new version, 10.38 version. So I just wanted to show you this because there was a time when they just added this. Before, you will have to go to your cPanel, or your file manager, delete the old theme and reinstall a new theme. But now it's easier for you to do that in the back end. So no more deleting and re-uploading themes. So you can always just go install the updates. And one thing is, once you update the theme, it will automatically update the plugins, because everything, of course, they are together. So you can always you can see updates, and everything is done automatically for you. It will process the whole thing. So this is a good idea from the TagDiv team. So you can see it will update all the plugins for you. There was a time when you have to do all this manually. You will have to re-upload the theme and all the plugins, but now everything is done. So, and I'm falling in love with this theme more and more. So now you can see the theme and the plugin, everything has been updated, and of course you can always go to see if you have any new updates, and if there's no updates, now we need to install demo. That is the first thing. One thing about WordPress is you need to have maybe a blank theme, and then you now start adding all this content. But one thing about the newspaper theme is you have all this demo. You have lots, and you see you have lots, and just like we have on the main page, you have all this demo that you can just do one click install, and you will be able to add it in one. You can take a view and see all the different types. You can preview, it will open in a new tab, and it will take you to their demo website where you can take a look at this. So let's say you want to report on diseases new on coronavirus, you can install this particular demo and edit it. And if you want a UK style, you can real estate, which is another news for real estate company, you can take a look at this one, install the demo, complete demo, and you can now edit it. It's easier that way for you to have all this demo instead of designing everything from scratch. So you have all this demo, and you can see they are beautiful, beautiful demos. So all you need to do is maybe edit the logo, and if you like, you can change the color, then add your own. So you can see this is a beautiful real estate demo. So, and that's one thing I like about this thing. So like the one I showed you before, let's say you want to run a gossip magazine or a gossip website, you can always take a look at this one. And by the way, I use this theme on the Net Plus training. You go to netplustraining.com. Even my personal website, Abiolola's, I use the same. Like I said, I've been using this theme for a very long time. And since the Net Plus training is all about video, so I installed the video demo, and all I did, I think I built this site in probably less than an hour, because I installed the demo, and then I deleted the content, and I think I added 4, and since then I've been adding video content from, of course, my YouTube channel. So it takes this form, and I can always edit it anytime that I want. So this is one. So let's say we want this style. So all you need to do is install that demo. So, and if you go and then you see install, you can, if you don't want the content, the demo content, all this content, the blog post, the everything, the images, you can turn that off. Of course, if you already know how to use this very well, you don't need to install those demo content. So you can always install just the theme, the basic theme, and the layout, and add your own content yourself. But if you're a new beginner, and even some advanced users, they like that, you can always install everything, and of course you can delete all the blog posts and add your own blog post, because now you have all the layout just the way it is right here. So that's the advantage of having everything. So I'm going to make sure I had include content and click on install, and then of course you confirm that you want all those demo, you want your website to be exactly like this, and every content, the images, the menu, the interface, everything just like the way it is will be installed on your website. So now that the demo has been installed, now we can go here and right click and open a new tab, and now on our blog.netplustraining.com we have our website. It's almost done, and you can see we've done how many minutes now that we now have a complete beautiful website that we can call our own. It's a news gossip style, and all we need to do now is edit the content just the way we want. And you can see the menu, the footer, the widget area, the menu, and the layout is just like it is on this demo. So all the demo, go through and make sure you just preview, click on the eye to preview and make sure you install the one that fits whatever you want, and you can change all the details. So now we've completed the first step. So the second step, of course, is for us to now start editing. And of course, to edit, you can always go to we go to the newspaper theme panel. So you go to newspaper theme panel, and here you can see where you can edit the logo and the fav icon. So your logo has to be 272 by 90. So you need to have the normal one and then the retina logo, which is going to be twice the size of the main logo. So if the logo is 272 by 90, the retina logo is going to be 554 by 180 px or pixels. And you can fav icon a 16 by 16 pixels, a png. You can upload that and you can go through all that. The text, of course, is going to be the title, and then here is going to be the description. Then you have logo for mobile, which is the mobile version, is 140 by 48. So you can just upload that and have it on your, and then if you want people to be able to sign in to create an account, you can activate that. And if you activate that, it will show up here at the top. People will be able to sign in or sign on. Then the iOS bookmark is definitely just the icon 76 by 76. You can create that. The icon of your work is going to be like a fav icon. Then the 76 by 76, 144. So you can have all these, and then it will show up in the people that are using iOS to access your website. And once you're done, click on save settings, and everything will be updated on your website. So let me update that. The only changes that I made is the sign in. So you can see this log out and people can see their username and login. So but if you don't want that, you can always deactivate that part. So once you're done with the header, you go to the footer, and we will come back to the header first, because we need to be able to have the styling of our header. You can see this API, because we need to there's this weather API thing that we need to activate, but we'll come back later. So let's go to the footer first, and you can see the footer. You can have whether you want to maintain the cloud library templates, which is this one, or you want to style your own footer just the way you want. And of course, if you want to have your own, you can always have that. And of course, we have the, if you go to the, what is it called, the cloud template, that's where you will be able to see how to customize the header, the default header, and the footer. So but for now, we can save that and go through all these tabs, template settings, where you can, set the template, the post, translation, the theme colors, where you can select the theme colors. Then the social media networks, where you can, if you go to your website, if the social media is activated, you'll be able to select. It's not selected, so you can go up and connect your Instagram account if you want. And of course, your YouTube API is very easy to find. Your YouTube API, you can always follow this guide. So on YouTube, there's how to get your API, so you'll be able to enter the API, and then your this thing will be able to connect your website to your Google and filter your content from your YouTube channel too, if you want. But I don't want to do that. So social network, if you activate that, you can see it's disabled now. You can always activate that, and you can add your content. So let's say you want to add a YouTube channel there, you can always add it there. So let's put a hash there first. Then Twitter, you put your link, your Twitter link, you put it there. Your LinkedIn, put it here. Put your LinkedIn, your Instagram. So those are and then of course maybe your mail. So those are the ones that I use. Of course, Facebook. Let's go and find Facebook. and I always use that. And then you can make sure, of course, it has to be your link. And if you go back, if you activate the social media, you will see that somewhere on your, and it's not here right now, so you can always go back to header, and where we have the social media activated, you can activate social media. Right now it's not. Let's go to footer. We're using the cloud library, so we'll probably come back to that. So like I said, if you're using this default, let's go back to header. If you're using the header template, you will be able to style whatever, however you want. But if you can see, you can add logo and all that, but you can use some templates where you'll be able, no, you can use, this is, sorry, this is the one, the header template is the one that came with the cloud template. So you can always go to cloud template and take a look at all the templates and style, change, add a change to all these. And of course, we'll be using the TagDiv builder. You can see the 404, the category, the dates, the footer, the header template. So if you want to edit the header template, you can use the TagDiv builder or TagDiv composer. I'll show you how to use that later on. So we can always click on that and we will be able to style however we want. So this is the cloud template, and this is how the TagDiv, but I'll show you, I'll come back later on. By the time we go through how to use the tag, you'll be able to know how to style the header. And for the footer also, you find the footer template and you style the footer template. So these are the header and the footer. But if you want to style your own, you choose no templates. So when you choose no template, it means now you can style your header just the way you want without using any of those templates that came with the cloud templates, which is a plugin that we, so you can choose maybe this style of header, you choose the search position, you can choose maybe you want a top bar or not, you can disable, you want to show menu, you can style that and choose the favor icon. Of course, you upload your favor icon and the book mallet, and then you can save changes. And if we go back, we are not using any of those templates anymore. We are stylizing the way we want, and you can see it has changed. Now we have the menu, then we're going to have our banner at the top. So you can have, so if you have your any of this chosen, then you'll be able to add your banner. So if you have any of this style selected, you can always go to, where is it, the ads, and add your header banner so to show up at the top here. So let's say I want to add, let me find one to use. So we can have like a code like this, and where we have, a banner, a 728 by 90 banner, and if you add that under ads, you refresh, you have this banner here at the top. You can see this banner, and then your logo, you have to upload your logo. So because of the header style that you've chosen, this is going to be the appearance, the logo on the left, the banner on the right, and of course we have the menu under, so you can see. So it's because we've not selected any menu right now, that's why we can always go to menu. Let's go to top bar menu or main menu and select our main menu. We've not added a menu, but we can always choose maybe a custom menu, or let's choose the header menu and save. Even though we've not created our menu, but I think there's a default menu, and then it will show up here. So you can see we now have this style of with the logo and the menu, and then we have the top bar, and this is how to customize the header yourself. And then you can do that to the footer right now, and then you can see that right now it's using one of the templates, which is the cloud template, the footer template. And of course, if you go to footer, you can always change that from the footer template to no template. And now if you choose no template, you'll be able to style the footer just like we just style the header, and we can change show footer, choose any of this style of footer template. You can see, just go through, and then we can choose something like this, very simple one, or we can choose something like this where we can have 3 widgets on top of that, and we can, let me choose that. And the footer page, you know, Instagram, you can connect the footer info. This is where you had maybe a footer logo. Then you have whether you want to have a social media. You can, in your footer, the show icons, then the background, the sub footer settings where you have your copyright and then any other thing, and then you can save changes. Now if we go back and we refresh, this template will be gone, and now we have our own style. And then you can see we now have this style. So we need to now fill in by, you know, the widgets here, then the follow. You can see all the social media icon that we activated are now showing. So that's how to style the header and the footer. You can use the template that came, and you can, you know, choose no template and customize. So I'll show you how to edit the template if you decide to go with. So let me go back and choose the main templates that came with the theme, because we need to, I will show you how to customize that just like we will be customizing the main page. So we're now back to the templates. I'll show you how to customize that later. So now that we have gone through each of these settings, and then you can set the theme, your custom code, social media networks, and of course the mobile also, we can style our mobile. It came with a mobile theme, and you can style your mobile however you want. So if you want to show header, if you don't want to show header, so you can always, you know, show sign in. I don't want that on mobile. I don't want search on mobile. Then the mobile logo, update that. Then the menu, if you don't want the menu to show up at the top, if you want the header menu to show up, you can always do that for the mobile. So you can customize the mobile differently. You can have a different look from the PC one. Then if you want adverts to show up in the mobile, you can activate, or if you don't want that, you can, you know, disable that, and you can save. So one thing that I probably need to show you before I move away from it is the ads. So like the ads, we have all these ad style, the sidebar ads, and of course you can also add to maybe article bottom or article top of article. So you can have article top ad or article bottom ad. So we can have that code that we added the other time, then add it to the article bottom, so that on every article you have that advert banner. So you can see right now there's no banner. So but now if we refresh, since we've added that code, so I think it's probably too big, maybe that's why it's not showing up, but we can add it to the top article top. Let's add it to the article top, and then it will show up at the top of every. It probably won't show, and that's because of the style of this. I believe it's because the size of this, it's less than. So if I probably chose maybe something that's less than 2728 by 90, it will show up at the top of the article and then it will show up on the. That's how to add content or banners. So you can go through all the art styles and take a look, and then you can create custom ads, add your code in there, and whenever you are editing any page, you can choose the custom and then it will show up. So this is the first step to editing the logo, the header, the footer, and all these settings. So the next step, of course, will be to edit the main page if you don't want. And of course, maybe probably go to all the posts to delete all the posts, because definitely these are probably not the content that you want. You can see we have 51 posts, so you can always delete, move to trash. On every page there are 20 content, so you can delete them and leave only one, and move to trash, and then maybe leave some couple of, and then if you edit that, you have less amounts of blog posts, of course, and you can see there are so many. Okay, that's that page. Let's go back to the main page. So you can see we now have fewer amounts of contents, and of course you can delete the whole thing, and or you can just leave maybe these fewer amounts and go back to all posts, and you just edit the post. To edit each post, you go to edit, and you can edit each blog post, and it will take that appearance. It's very easy, of course, just like your normal post, and you can see your tag div, and you can edit, add your image, delete this image, or you can just edit and change the image without deleting the image. So you can always select or click on replace and replace that image, replace the content, and go back to document, and whatever standard post format, you can choose video or the standard audio. Then you can change the permalink, of course, because you've changed the title, so you need to make sure you change the permalink structure. Of course, I'll show you how to change the permalink structure, but just change the and then change the categories of the blog posts. If these are not the categories, we'll go back to the categories and change the categories. Then featured image, you need to remove the one that is here and then replace the featured image. If you are using the video format, you can paste your featured video here and go through all of them and update, and all this content will be updated. So it's that easy to edit your blog post. So delete some, then leave some, and edit some with your own content. And of course, the permanent structure, we need to go to settings. This, I believe, is first things we needed to do first, but I missed that. So go to settings, and of course, change your title, your tagline, and then go to reading. You can change the front page, choose the home page, the blog post page, and of course go to permalinks. You need to use a more friendly permalink structure, and I always like to use post name. And of course, if you like, you can choose the custom one and add a category. So if you have a large website, you can have the titles, the domain / category post name, but just stick with this because it's more SEO friendly. And click save changes, and instead of having something like domain, to the date and all that in permalink structure, we're going to have something a little bit different. So if we go back, we will have a more friendly, SEO friendly. So if we go back now, you see it will take this domain slash the title of the blog post. So now we have edited the newspaper header, footer, and all that, and then we have changed the post content. Then we'll change our permalink structure. The next thing is to start editing the pages. We need to edit the main page, and of course we will touch the widgets. If we go to appearance, we touch the widgets and then the menu. So probably we should go to menu first and customize the menu. If you don't know how to customize menu, you can always select any of the default menu, like the header menu, select, and just remove any of this, and just go to each, and then you can add or delete, and you can customize any of the menu. And for the post categories, you can always go to categories, since this is the default that came, and if the categories, if they don't match what your website is all about, you can always delete a category, or you quick edit to change the category. You can change the category. So let's say you want, instead of beauty, you want something like entertainment. Okay, there's entertainment here. You can have something like nails category. You can update the category and delete any category that you don't want. And of course, you have to match each post to all these categories. It's as easy as that. So if you want to add new categories, you go to this, you add your category. The slug is just the category in small letters. And if the category is maybe painting lessons, for example, pencil lessons, then it's going to be all small letter. Then if it's 2 words, you put a dash, lessons. If it's 3 words, you put a dash dash, and then you can put a description and then add to category, and then it will show up as painting lessons category. And if you update that, if you go to your category, you will be able to see those category, and then you can add that to the menu if you want, and the main page will be updated. So now let's edit the main page, because that's the most important thing. We can customize the main page, and of course we will be using the TagDiv composer. And this is the main page. Okay, this is the page that I'm supposed to. So make sure you go to the right page. This is the post page. We'll come back to the post page. Let's edit the main page. Just go to the main page and click on TagDiv composer, and you'll be able to edit that page. Very easy to edit. And this is the main page, and you can see columns and rows. You can see this is one column, this is one column, this is, and then we have this. And then for you to add more, you can, this is one row and one column. For you to add anything, you can go to click on add, or click on add elements. You'll be able to add any element, and you can see you can add rows, inner row, empty space, header, main menu, categories, header logo. And this, if you click and use your scroll down, you'll be able to scroll. You can see blogs and grids. So let's say you want to add a blog style. You like this blog or this blog, you can always drag that blog, and let's add it under this banner. And then we have this this blog. You can see this blog style, which is this, and you can always click on that row, and then you can choose the layout style. Then divider, you go to layout, the CSS, where you can customize the CSS, whether you want to add some padding or the margin on the edges. Then the layout, you can horizontal align or vertical align. Then if you want to add some divider, you can have all this divider style. Then the general is where you choose this layout. Maybe you want to have there may be something on the sidebar, then you can choose this. Then you have, you know, this empty area on the left where you can add maybe additional stuff. So you can have this 3 column, and then we have an empty space, and on that empty space you can add another content, like maybe add a sidebar, something like that, or widgeted sidebar. Then you add it into that empty column, and then we now have, you know, the on the left you have your blog post, and on the right we have that widget sidebar. And you, of course, you can click to customize the widget sidebar. You can click on elements if you want to customize the element. Then if you want to customize the row, maybe how it's divided, you click on row. Then the column, if you want to focus on this particular column, you click on column. But if you want the element, the widget element, you can always choose the element, and you can choose any of, maybe this is a sidebar widget. So if you want the newspaper default, of course you go to the widget and then you select any of the widget style, and then you save. So you can see everything has been saved. If we go back to the main page and we refresh, you see that block, and of course the widget on the right will be added. So let me find that section. It's under, okay, it's under this banner, you can see. So but we need to set our widget. So we've not set our widget, so it's not showing. So you can have all this style, and of course you can always go back to edit if you don't want that style, or if you want to make it full page, so you need to set the column. So you can go back to rows, and instead of having this split 2 columns, you can have only one single column, so that it covers the complete. And if you save that again, you will be able to see now there's only one, is a complete row. You can see it's now a 5 column 1 row, and then you can do anything you want to do. And of course you can always customize that folder by, you know, let's click on this. Let's click on a element now, because we want to control the element, not the row or the column this time around. So if you click on the element, you'll be able to control this particular element, and then you can see the limit, the number of posts, and that's why we only have 5. So if we can maybe 20, and then it will select 20 posts, especially we can have it as latest post or the most popular posts, and you'll be able to have 20 posts. On this post we only have 11, of course, so it will show all the 11, and you can see we have only 11 posts. And of course there are so many other block settings. We are using block 15, so you can always click on add, and you can click on row to add a row first, and then you can add empty space. For example, if there's no space between this and this, so I believe we should have an empty space in between, so we can have an empty space in between those two, so we have, it's not that close like it is right now. It's too close to this, so we can refresh, and then we have that empty space will be inserted in between, you see, this banner and this column. So you can see it looks much better now. And then we have header logo. These are all the elements, so you need to go through all these elements. We have all these blogs, so just click somewhere, and so just go through, and then of course you can always search for whatever you need, like all the blogs. Then you see all these different blogs, so you can experiment with all these type of blogs. These blogs will form the nucleus of how everything will look like. So you can have blogs, you can have space, and then we can have, there are some rows. You can select a row first, and inside the row, let's add a row there. Then inside the row you can have, you know, add different column elements. Then you can have if you click on this, we have row and column. Click on row, and then you can have the divider. You can have it like maybe a 3-column, then one on the left, one in the middle, one on the right, and then you can have different elements on each column. So you can do all this and control what everything looks like. So you can always scroll down to see all additional settings like sticky position. If you want to have a YouTube ID, row stretch, you want to make it default, maybe you want to stretch the row so it's full row, and then all these other things. And then you go to divider where you can add all these divider styles of divider. You see that's the divider between that particular row and the next row at the bottom. So you can have all these divider, which it's ideal if you want to create something like maybe a sales page kind of, so you can have that divider. But if you don't want that divider, you can always, choose the empty style of divider, and you so click on that. So, and of course the layout, it controls the maybe the width, the horizontal align, the vertical align, and of course CSS is if you want to add some CSS. And it's very easy now, you don't need to add code, so you can just add maybe some merging or padding on the left and right, so you can have 20, so it's much narrower than, although you can add it here or you can add it here, then you can do whatever you want with the CSS. And of course we have the border style. If you want to, especially if you're dealing with banners, you can add maybe some dotted banner, border style on the edge. You can see those dots, and then if you want it to be dashed or want it to be hidden, or you can just leave it solid if you want and add a solid color. You can choose a color that you want. If you want some border around that that area, and everything will be wrapped around that. So that's how to customize. And of course, any of these ones that have been added before, you can customize them. You click on row, and then you can see, if you go to general, you can see this is a 3, definitely. And of course you can change that. If you change that, it will be updated. So instead of that 3, we have 2. Then if you want it to be like this, you can choose that. And if you want it to be like this, you can choose that. But of course this is the one that came with this, so you're using that 3-column, 3-column style. So this can always duplicate and drag into position I want. And then this is the related article. You can click on row, and of course choose the layout, then column to choose the different vertical align and all that, then the element to either change the element, and you can see this is a pre-made style preset. You can change the element. This is a post loop, and of course you can always change that. Just click on add and change. So just make sure you go through and you will be able to. And of course you can load template. You can see the website manager, which is the same thing here, website manager. And of course you can edit title, you can create mobile page here, and you will be able to have your own custom built, even though you actually started with one of the demo template. And this is of course a banner. This is an add box element, so you can change. You can always see the name by clicking on any row or element, and you'll be able to see what element is there. And then of course you can always change it to whatever you want. So let's change that add box to something else. Let me scroll down and find an element. So let's say an image box. It's going to have that image, but drop it at the top and delete this one. And delete this one. And of course, you can now control this element and have whatever you want. So that's how to add all these elements. So go through all the elements and see whatever element you want on a part of the website and change. Of course, this is the newsletter, this is the newsletter one, and you can always change and control your newsletter. And this is where this is using the MailChimp or whatever code, and then of course you can always add your own form code, and then now people can sign up to your own newsletter. It's very, very easy to do that. So this is how to customize all the content on the website. You go from row to columns, and then the element, you can customize the element, and once you're done, just click on save, and everything will be saved just the way you want. So it's very easy to use this TagDiv composer, which I am starting to enjoy now. And for the blog posts, each of these blog posts, of course, will take, if you just customize any one of them, and all the single blog posts will take the same shape, the shape of something like this. So you can change the banner and all that. So once you're done with customizing, you can always go back to, let's go back to, um, let's go back to our backend and see what else we've not touched. And we've touched the cloud template. Like I said, you can edit any of the, and of course the widget. Click on widget to customize the widgets. You can always customize the widget, and the widget definitely means whatever is on the sidebar and on the footer area. So we can see the footer, this newspaper default, there's nothing there. That's why when we selected the newspaper default, it did not show up on that page. So we need to add, so we can have something like a recent post, you can drag that into, then put it recent post, then save that, and then we can add any of this, the widgets. Then we can have some blogs like the TagDiv ad box, advert box, then you can add it maybe here, and then add some, some codes for the banner. So this is where we can have those custom code, and then we'll select this particular TagDiv ad box. And you can see, if you go back to that main page again, and you probably, that section where we added the widget, I don't know if we removed the widgets. I don't think we removed the widget, so it will show up now since we've added some content to that widget. Okay, we actually made it one column. So for elements, and we, all the rows, or we'll go back to this, and then the empty, we go to the widgets sidebar, we add it. It will definitely take more. And if we refresh, this is the main page. No, this is not the main page. Let's go to the main page. We have that widget. It's not updated, so maybe I need to go back and update the widgets. Recent posts should show up now, or we can customize. See, go to elements, and let's pick, okay, we need to pick a sidebar now, and click, and now refresh. We've added some. Now we have all these recent posts, and every other thing that we add to that widget area will be displayed. So that's how easy to use this. And the WP Bakery page builder is another one, which is the old way to actually, and of course you can always learn how to use that to build, but I always prefer the TagDiv. So that's JS Composer. You can maybe not import it, always use the TagDiv Composer. But of course, it's a very good builder, and that's the one the primary one before they actually improved on that TagDiv. And of course, you have uh, all these other things. So go through each one by one, the posts, the pages, of course, edit the pages the same way. You can always go to all the pages, add pages, and edit the page, like privacy policy, or add maybe another page, and then you can customize with the TagDiv Composer. And before you know it, you have your own block like this one for you to report your gossips and your news and all that. And I've messed up the whole thing trying to demonstrate, but you get the idea, and people can easily go to your website and read your content and enjoy your beautiful website. This is a very beautiful content, by the way, very beautiful websites. So that's how to use the newspaper theme. So go back to the TagDiv main page, and make sure you go through, and then of course you make sure you go to the theme forest and buy it, or you can search online and get it however you want it. But disadvantage, if you're using some of this knowledge, you won't be able to update of course on the back end, and then you won't have access to all these, because every time there's a new update you have to start looking for all this node every time, and then you won't have access to most of the things. But some people use it and it works for them, but I always prefer to spend some couple few bucks on a theme like this that I'll be using on my website or for other people. So, and I won't be limited at all to I'll be limited at all, then I can use it anywhere that I want. So I hope you like this video training. So take a look at the newspaper theme, or any theme for that matter, on Theme Forest, and start using them for your news or your magazine style website. So thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification. So thank you very much. Thank you, and bye bye.